Welcome to Judas Creek Disc Golf Course. In 2 days, on Canada Day, we have our annual Burl Cup tournament. Free entry, lots of people show up, and it's a ton of fun. Today we're going to play through the course. I'll discuss the holes and the shots that I like to use and hope that this practice gets me a win this year. All distance markers are in meters. This is hole 1, 64 meters, straight up the path. There's a large tree on the left, that's the big one to avoid. The basket's just tucked back at the end of the clearing. I'll throw this CAC-Z and hope to get a birdie look. Pretty nose up. Hole 2, 66 meters. It's straight, then there's a slight bend to the right, and then straight again. I always try to throw a forehand down here and it never quite works. There's a bit of trees on the left side, and I always seem to crack one. I never get the birdie look here. I don't live close to this course, so I don't get as much opportunity to check it out and try to figure it out as I'd like to. This course underwent some changes. I think it was last year. So about 4 or 5 of the holes in the front 9 changed, and 1 or 2 in the back. I think 2 in the back 9 changed. So I just don't quite have this one figured out yet, but I'm going to try a backhand with this CAC-Z, see if we can get a slight turn and then a bit of a fade to get up there towards the basket. Hole 3, where's the sign? 51 meters, it's a shorty. The largest gap is here on the right, and then the basket is tucked in behind that sort of wall of trees on the left side. So I just throw this envy down there and give it some hyzer and try to fade it in and not go too long. Hole 4, 71 meters. This hole has the most stuff between you on the tee and the basket. It's just up there through that wall on the left. You can't see it at all, like on the camera, I'm sure. I keep trying to throw backhands through there and it doesn't work. So I'm just going to try to send a forehand. I can hit gaps better, famous last words, with a forehand. So I'm going to just try to put one up there, past the red tee, and play this one for a par. You throw it high and stupid, hit one of the first trees, makes it tough. So we still have quite a long approach. I'm going to try to get this envy up through the cracks and hope for the best. Yeah, so that'll be a top-in bogey. Hole 5, 56 meters. It's just straight ahead. I tend to throw a zone on a forehand and hope for the best because that's my skill level. So let's see if I get the best today. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. Pretty sad result on hole 5 there, but hole 6, 42 meters. It's just a short, like chippy forehand just around the corner. You could do a slow turn backhand, I suppose, with a putter. I'm going to throw the zone. The basket's on the kind of the edge of a cliff, so going too far is a real problem. Yeah, that's a good one. So you don't want to end up down here. This is where a lot of the drives that are too powerful end up. And then you're looking at 3 at best. Hole 7, 85 meters. This might be the longest hole in the course. It's also the second hole that provides a lot of problems. There's 3 that really get people on this course. This is number 2. I choose this gap through the center mass of trees. The basket is way up the hill on the right. A lot of people will also just try to throw up the road and then land on the road, and then it's a straight shot up to the basket. This way chews off more distance, I feel, the way I'm going to try to go. And then there's also a turning backhand you could throw to try to land up and get yourself like a kind of like a jump putt. But let's see how this one works. That second kick was good because that was terrible. I'm going to attempt an ill-advised overhand through the stuff. Ill-advised. Now I'm going to try to drift a backhand putter through this gap on the left here and have it slowly go towards the right. This is our shot for par. We're playing for bogey at best. It's a long look at a 4. Hole 8, 61 meters, up this road, and then a hard right. So I generally try to throw something very stable on a forehand. Whoa, if I can hold on to it. I want to give it some height, and I want to get a fade. I want it to dive down behind this mass of trees on the right side. This is terrible. Putting together a very nice how to not play the Burl Cup in 2 days video. So now we're in scramble mode. I want to try a forehand again with an even more stable disc, and I still want to get it high, and I still want to crash right on a forehand. And that's pretty good. This is hole 9. How long is this? This is a 62-meter hole. There's a large tree right in the center of the fairway. Whether you go to the right of it or to the left of it, that's up to you, or however lucky you happen to get. I usually try to throw a forehand on this, but my forehand has been absolute trash today. My backhand's always trash, so it's really dealer's choice of how terrible you want to be. I'm going to try to throw this envy on a backhand through the gap on the left. It is the bigger gap. I almost always hit the tree in the center, regardless of what I throw anyway. So let's see what we do today. Oh, well, made the gap. That's pretty good. Hole 10, 42 meters. It is just straight up here, and then you gotta get it through this wall, this gate, this beaver dam. It's busy up there. The shot I try to do is I try to go high to the left and have it crash in, dump in on the basket on the right. I hope it works today. Ooh, it almost worked. Hole 11, 66 meters. It is straight down this tunnelish thing. I don't know if you can see this. Better move it. There we go, straight down there, and then off hard to the right. So a forehand, stable, up high, seems to be kind of a running theme on this course. I think it's designed by a lefty. Okay, here we go. Get around it. It's not good, but it's a putt, maybe. Hole 12, 59 meters. The basket's straight ahead, hiding behind a small nest of trees. I've given up on a forehand or a backhand on this hole, so I just tend to overhand now. And it doesn't work either. Hole 13, 77 meters. Goes straight and then a hard bend to the left, and then the fairway straightens out a bit to the right. Generally, I throw an Anheuser forehand with something very stable. Try to get the disc to flatten out as it gets around the corner. Hole 14, 54 meters. It's just straight through all the stuff, and a little bit on the left, there's a bit of a wall of brush built up guarding the basket on the left side. So the best route is to try to go down the path and then fade in behind it. There's a plan B to go way off to the right and make a miracle putt as well. Hole 15, how far is this? 69 meters. Once again, playing a hole that goes straight and finishes off to the right. So generally a forehand will be the best shot. Seems close. Hole 16, 69 meters. The intended shot is low, backhand, righty backhand, to fade off to the left where the basket is. I always hit first available, so I'm going to try to spike one up over to the right and land in a stupid place and pitch out. It's exactly where it's supposed to be. So the tee shot was terrible. All we have to do now is weave a miracle through this wall, and we'll give ourselves a putt. Through the stuff. Hole 17, 86 meters up the hill and then down to the right a little bit. Basket sits on a hill, so you have to watch out for rollaways on the approach if you don't get up for a clean putt. Short. Hole 18, 49 meters. The play generally is just to throw a high forehand up amongst these branches and have it dive in on the basket. It looks a little more overgrown since last time I played here though. Yeah, that's too inside. So, should still be a putt though.